some years ago, approved the speed sign.
Yeah,
that,
I
we
believe
still
we
have
still
that?
have that. Yep.
Okay, it might be a good idea to use it, because I never see it out there, so we bought it and we don't use it. That might be a good place to put it, right on Foley Drive, so we can, people will be made aware of it, that what speed they're driving. I mean, we got it, we can put it there, we can put it there tomorrow if we wanted to. And at least,
Haverhill and Dwayne, people just,
yeah, I've
Both
gone
directions.
that way. No, I've gone that way.
I have
And
to.
after everybody makes all those turns, you get a straightaway to Haverhill, you wanna take off.
Right.
shit, listen to me.
So,
I sit out there every afternoon because I live at 4 Foley Drive.
okay.
I have 2 grandchildren, we play in the yard.
Lois, could you step up to the podium?
Excuse me.
It's for the benefit, not for our benefits, for the benefit of the people watching at
Okay.
home.
I sit out,
Your name and,
my name is Lois Dembowski, I live at 4 Foley Drive. I've lived there since 1968. I can even go further. When Foley Drive was originally opened up, there was supposed to be a gated area where people were not supposed to go through, like Aspen Road.
Right.
Okay, but that has long gone by. But I sit out there, I have had people give me the finger, excuse me,
She'll say,
because I have a 2-year-old grandson who yells, "Slow down," okay? But people just, from the time they hit Haverhill Street to Foley Drive, they floor their car, go up the hill. From the top of the hill to the end, they seem to come over the hill and just speed,
but do
okay?
you think that's a good, quick suggestion to put the speeding sign there?
That, and if you put a police car at Duane Drive, I spoke to a police officer last week who proceeded to tell me they'd only catch residents.
So,
So, they don't ticket
why
residents.
not?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But someone, a cat got killed. I know a cat's a cat. But a cat got killed by some kid riding with an SUV down the street, killed the cat and kept on going.
But, do you guys think it's a good idea to? put
I
that-
think we can ask the police department to put the sign up for a period of time. I mean, it's done in other neighborhoods, it helps for a while, you know.
I'd like to
and-
see just how fast they are going.
It helps for a little while.
So this-
We
it's-
could put
it's
this,
a
we could
little
put the
thing that-
sign just in front of your house so you can watch it.
I was gonna throw soccer balls out.
Okay, but either, getting back to the purpose of the hearing,
Was to.
do you have any questions about that?
Accepting the street. Would you
Acceptance
like your
of the
street to be
street.
accepted? Yeah.
There's one more thing. Wait. Snow plowing. But about the past 4 years, I've noticed that the subcontractor has been plowing curb to curb. And when he plows curb to curb, he removes the curb. Not all of it, but some of it. At the intersection of Foley and Duane, there is a section that has been there for 10 years, caved in. I know it's not a big deal, but the DPW drives by it all the time. They could just, push the corner out there and put some dirt in there, round it up, make it look decent. In the wintertime, the contractor will plow. They bring the snow off of Havel Street, right in front of our house. You can't get rid of that. But then they merge together like it's a point, and they build this huge pile at the intersection of Foley and Duane. When that happens, it's very, very difficult to see the oncoming traffic. If you want to take a right-hand turn, you can't see who's coming the opposite way on Duane.
Slows you down, right?
Slows you down. It's
Some people, I know.
it's breathtaking. You don't know if you're going to run into a truck or a car or what, and it stays that way all winter long. I know what there's other priorities, but let's give you an idea.
DPW directors
The
heard you.
director is listening to you, so,
Oh,
Taking
wonderful, wonderful.
Mr. Carnevale.
But it's
Carter,
not
thank
just
you.
coming out of
Thank you.
Duane onto Foley, it's also, coming on Foley, taking the right, it's also when you come down Duane and you have to take the left. That, it was a high.
I think we can
high-
ask the police department if their sign is available, put it up there, and see if we can
Really
slow
think
down
it
some
should be
people.
in front of,
I have seen, personally have seen people speeding, but I've seen them speeding on my street and probably every other street I've driven on,
The
so,
whole area is
you know.
very, very fast.
You know, unfortunately, what's happened, the town has grown. There's a large number of homes that are up in, off of Equestrian and all the way up through Kings Row, and people coming that want to get either to Haverhill Street or to get out to 62 cut through those neighborhoods. They cut through my neighborhood.
But I think they make a very good point, and it's on a lot of neighborhoods. There is no posting. People really don't know how fast they're supposed to drive, even though they should. But, you know, it's something to consider.
Okay, anything else?
Posting speed
No?
limit.
Thank you for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank you.
And your street has been approved to go forward for town meeting, which we'll vote on the acceptance. And are there any improvements in that plan on Foley beyond what's already been done?
Part of the process of accepting it allows us to use state money to do improvements.
Okay.
So it's kind of some of the things the gentleman mentioned, there's no funds available other than state funds, which we can't use on a private road.
And that's
That's how we're gonna get it.
We're actually playing catch-up, thanks to Dick's efforts on numerous roads that have been, should have been accepted years and years ago. And that's being done. And the more roads we have accepted, the more Chapter 90 money we get from the state. Thank you. Next item on our agenda.
I think there may be some other streets. I wanna make sure.
Anyone here for any of the other streets?
This is about the Sandy Lane.
Okay, apologize
I'd like to know the
again
subject
for,
matter of this notice.
It's okay.
It's
certainly.
a laying out of a townway.
Why don't you come up?
You want me to?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Actually, just give us your name and your street.
It's a matter of clarification question.
Name and-
My name is Sun Kim. I'm at the 20 Pine Ridge Road.
Heritage Road?
Yeah.
Pine Ridge?
Yeah, Pine Ridge Road. And I've got this notice, order of notice laying out of townway from intersection with the Hillview Road and Pine Ridge Road. There was the, my front yard is like a sandy lane. I would like to know, what the subject matter is.
What we're in the process of doing is that when a developer puts in a street or a road, it's considered a private way until the town accepts it as a legal town road or street.
Yes?
So the process, in the notice you got was, we're in the process of accepting these streets. And the process involves first the CPC reviewing to determine if the developer has completed all their obligations. Generally, when a developer's putting in a new road, we hold a bond from the developer, and that doesn't get released until the street is accepted and all the things that were part of the original plan are completed.
Mm-hmm.
So when a street acceptance is going on, a notice is given to all the abutters
I see.
to come if they have any concerns or objections to the acceptance of the street.
Yeah, but this is the first.
Once this hearing is
Okay.
over,
All right.
then, and we approve going forward, these articles are on town meeting for the entire town to vote on, which will take place on the first Monday of October.
Oh, not now.
And then once it's accepted, the town can then rightfully expend monies to maintain the roadway. This is more of a house cleaning item for a number of these streets, all with the exception of one. They're all been subdivisions that have been approved, built, and the developers have long since gone and the bonds have been released. But the town never went through the formality of accepting the street.
Oh, I see.
This particular street's been there for 40-some-odd years.
Yes, I've been there like only 15 years, so I know
Yeah, but
nothing
they've been there
about.
for 40-some-odd years when
the past.
and it just was oversight. Hillview Road's been accepted, Pine Ridge Road's been accepted.
But not
this little-
Sandy Lane.
But not Sandy Lane. So this
Okay.
is just kind of closing the loop, making sure it gets accepted, and as Mr. Carnavale pointed out, it then allows for state funds to become available for maintenance of the roadway. As of right now, it's a
Mhm.
private way, and we really can't spend.
Who owns
state
it, by the way? I have no idea.
Basically, the town does, but we're gonna make it a formal action by
Oh, I
accepting
see.
it now as a town.
As long as town owns it, I don't care.
Right. Right now, it's a
It's
private
not
way.
for sale.
I
You
thought
own halfway, you own
I
halfway in the
thought-
middle of the street right now.
not for sale.
Right now, you own
you're
halfway
gonna
in the middle of the
impose
street.
the ownership of Sandy Lane, you maintain it, I mean, that was my
Technically,
wife's
you own-
concern.
Technically, you own halfway in the middle of the
essentially.
street right now, because we haven't accepted,
All right.
haven't accepted the
It's
street.
a matter
so-
of procedure.
So
then.
we're
Okay.
looking to
All right,
assume responsibility.
yeah,
for the road.
thank you for answering.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll ask everybody that's here in the audience
Is there
that
somebody else?
might have come for one of the hearings that we've ripped through this evening, maybe ahead of the planned dates. Is there anyone else here? Please raise your hand. And what street were you concerned with? Janice
Yes, yeah, for North Street.
uh, we have approved to move forward with the acceptance of that. Do you have any concerns or comments you'd like to make?
You'd like to maintain ownership and maintenance of it? No? We'll consider that, you know? They're good.
Anyone else? Please, sir.
West Village Drive?
That's
Okay,
the-
that one is new. Mr. Carnavel's been working with Mr. Smith, who is the developer. There's a
Small punch list.
small punch list that will be completed prior to the town meeting. And if it isn't, then we may not we may pass over the acceptance of the street until that work is done.
And we also, the motion that we approved was subject to an affirmative vote by the planning commission of a favorable recommendation. So if the planning commission says no, our recommendation is gonna be no at town meeting. So what we voted tonight was to accept it, subject to an affirmative vote of the planning commission, before we approve it at town meeting.
And the official acceptance of a street is done by a town meeting vote. So it goes to CPC for approval, the Board of Selectmen has to vote to approve it and sign the drawings, but then it goes to town meeting to vote. If
Do you
town
have-
meeting votes it down, then it's not an accepted street.
And do you have specific issues in relation to the subdivision at this particular point in time that you wanna see completed, that you're concerned about?
I have no concerns at this time.
Oh, good, okay. If you do, planning commission's meeting on, what is it?
The 19th.
The 19th of September, Community Planning Commission. Mr. Carnavale over there, you might want to introduce yourself to him. He's the guy in charge of it all, is to make sure the developer's done everything he's supposed to do, and we'll make a recommendation to the planning commission and town meeting, and the board.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? And again, I apologize for moving things along rather than waiting for each of the time slots.
Surprise, surprise, right?
Okay, I'm gonna start with the beginning of our agenda. July legal bills.
Unless you
Mr.
can
Belliconis.
stay. Thank you. Take care, Bob.
Evening, the legal bills recommended for approval are in the amount of $7,340.83. You'll note that with regard to town council, there's a large amount from labor, and if you look through the detail, much of it relates to a civil service appeal that was initiated by a member of the fire department ruling on civil service, and the rest of the costs have been reviewed and are consistent with my recommendation to approve.
Mr. Prisco.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve legal bills for July 2011 in the amount of $7,340.83 as follows. Copeland and Page Copeland and Page PC General, $2,207.33. Copeland and Page PC Labor, $5,022. West, $111.50 for a total of $7,340.83.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Discussion?
Yes, I have one point I'd like to make. You know, when we start talking about, we hire employees, we pay employees, we make employee contributions for our employees, and when you look at an overall total cost for an employee in this town, I think we have a really good handle on it. But I think when you start having these kind of lawsuits and these kind of things related to grievances, those costs associated with grievances need to be rolled into the overall cost of the cost of our employees. I think we have to capture it. I don't know if we ever had captured that before, but even in business, when you have employees and you have suits and if you have disputes and things, that it's all part of the labor process, and I think these costs need to get captured under that. So when we talk about the cost of, let's say, a DPW employee